This is Majin, and here is some comic reviews for you. I don't have a good, bad, disappointing this week just because there's not enough comics to get a a bad and disappointing. But anyways, let's get started. We have Outcast number 17. Overall, I'm really enjoying Outcast. I think, but my main problem with it so far is it just seems to be following a pattern where it's like, okay, here's somebody who needs to get exorcised, and here's somebody else that gets possessed. But other than that, I think the art and the storytelling is still really good. And they are advancing the storyline a bit. They talk about what actually causes harm to the demon during an exorcist. And also, there's a little thing about the bad guys and what they're involved in. Or, they're saying that there's going to be something big coming and you must prepare for it type thing. Overall, enjoy it. I cannot wait until this thing comes out on the TV series. Okay, all new, all different, number 7. Overall, this was a really good book in the sense that there's some really nice dialogue between Jane Foster and Sam Wilson at the beginning. Great character moments. Then there's a part with Kamala and the Vision, and the Vision's doing his best to try to repair their relationship. And it was really, really good what the Vision did for her also. It's like he really understood who Kamala, who she is, what she wants, and he just gave it to her. And then we start dealing with the Pleasant Hill stuff. Now, the superheroes get themselves into a bind, and there is actually a crossover with the Uncanny Avengers at the end. And they're basically really up the creek, and they're in deep trouble. So I'm really curious to see. I mean, I think I know how they're going to get out of this situation, but I'm really looking forward to see what if that actually happens. And two, the damage between SHIELD and superhero community is going to be horribly bad. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where all of this is going to go. Okay, Uncanny X-Men. I think while I enjoyed it, it's basically a situation where it's about time, where the mutants finally get the upper hand, save one healer, and take out the Inhuman exterminating group. Overall, though, I think some of the art's just uninspiring. Like, for example, if you look at somebody like George Perez, you can put a lot of characters on his page and make it look interesting. This just looks uninspired. And even though this is uninspired, there are a couple moments where it's like, okay, that part's kind of cool. Also, this is basically the ending of the hunting of the mutants, the healers, and then we're going off into a new direction. So hopefully that will be a good direction. Ultimates. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. The art, the writing has been really good. I really appreciate how this isn't a book about superheroes fighting whatever supervillains happen to be coming their way. It's definitely more of a galactic scale, and it's an interesting mix of characters too. Now, in this issue here, we do get the tie-in with Secret Wars, and there is a returning villain coming back, and he comes back through the events of this book. Now, basically what's going on is the Ultimates are investigating the damage to the time stream, and Galactus actually has to save them. And it's what I thought was interesting is it's basically like a mystery on top of a mystery, secrets on top of secrets. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing where this book goes. This is actually getting to the point where I'm starting to think that this might be definitely trade worthy for me because I'm really enjoying it. All right. All the new Avengers. All right. Basically, even though this is a standoff tie-in, the standoff tie-in is basically the new Avengers saving Rick Jones, and I think I think the story's decent. I mean, much better than what that last story arc was, and the art's much better also. Now, there's an interesting thing that happens at the end, which I don't want to spoil, because it's actually a pretty significant plot point. And then there's also the next villain, which there's been pictures floating around, so expect a rant on me for that after I see what's going on with that. But overall, I mean, this was actually a decent book. It's, the new Avengers taking on S.H.I.E.L.D. There's shenanigans going on, and it's really I mean, it's starting to become a little bit more enjoyable, but it's still, for me, one of those books where if this suddenly disappeared off the shelves, like it's no longer going to be solicited, I could live with it too. But hopefully it picks up and I start coming around to liking it more. Overall, I think it's a good direction that it's going. So anyways, this is the reviews for this week. Also, Daredevil was fantastic. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I don't think it was as good as the first season or Jessica Jones, but I think it has its own place. Also, I saw that the seeds were planted for the Born Again story arc from the comics, so I'm looking forward to that. And overall, I mean, it was enjoyable. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about Daredevil if you've seen it. Let me know what you guys picked up, what you bought, what you didn't like, and we'll have more reviews later. So, until next time.